Hello friends, my name is Mohit Bhola and I have done my MBA from Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, and also have 4 years of teaching experience for aptitude based exams. Maths has always intrigued me because of its wide range of applications. The magical number pi 3.141592 and goes on till trillion digits has so many applications, such as it helps us to find the surface areas and volumes of various objects such as circle, sphere, cylinder, etc. Trigonometry has its application in telling us that there are the different lengths of shadows being formed, such as sometimes the shadows are longer, sometimes the shadows are shorter. So trigonometry helps in giving us the applications there, and there are so innumerous applications of mathematics. Today, one of the most important topics asked in aptitude based exams is time and work. So we are going to discuss about time and work today. So time is generally the time taken here by the workers to complete a task, and work is denoted by 1 unit. The complete work is denoted by 1 unit. That is, if a worker does one complete task, so we denote it by 1 unit, right? So generally these type of application problems find its application in the field where workers are being employed to do a certain task, such as in construction sites. We can see that a worker, like let's suppose Ram is a worker and he repairs a door in, let's say, 6 days. So the next worker is Sham. Sham, let's denote Sham by S, and Sham does the same work, that is repairing the door, in 8 days. He's doing the same work. So we are denoting the complete work as 1 unit, right? So if we logically think that if both of them work together, how many days will they take to complete the task? If we see, Ram alone is taking 6 days to complete the task, but now Sham is helping Ram to complete the task. So that means that Ram and Sham both will take less than 6 days to complete the task, that is repairing the door. But how many days will they take actually to complete the task, that is repairing the door? That is what we have to find out. So Ram is taking 6 days to complete the task, that is 6 days to do 1 unit work. Now let's try to find in 1 day how much work will Ram do. In 1 day, if we have to find 1 day's work, so we can see that 1 day, if we divide the LHS by 6, so that will become 1 day. 6 by 6 is 1. 1 day, because we divided the left hand side by 6, so we have to do the same at the RHS also. So 1 day's work is 1 by 6 unit. Similarly, for Sham was doing 1 unit work in 8 days. So in 1 day, how much work will Sham do? So Sham will do 1 by 8 unit work. Same way as Ram, because if we divide LHS, that is 8 by 8, so we get 1, and because we divided the left hand side by 8, to get 1 we have to divide the right hand side by 8, right? So in one day, Ram is doing 1 by 6 unit work and Sham is doing 1 by 8 unit of the work, that is the complete work is 1 unit. let's see how much work they do together in one day. So in one day, Ram will do 1 by 6 unit work and Sham will do 1 by 8 unit work, because he is helping, because both are doing the same type of work. So that's why we have put an addition sign in between. So the LCM will take LCM of 6 and 8 would be, if you think 6 multiples are 6, 12, 18, 24, right? And 8's multiple are 8, 16, 24. Yeah. So 24 is the lowest common multiple because it is the lowest multiple which is common to both 6 and 8. Now 6, how many times is 24? 6 fours are. So 4 multiplied by 1 is 4 plus, because plus sign is there in between. 8, how many times is 24? 8 3 times. So 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7 by 24 unit work they are doing in one day. So we can write one day's work is 7 by 24 unit. So the combined work of Ram and Sham is in one day is 7 by 24 unit. But we need to find how many days they will take to do the complete work. Complete work is, I told you in the beginning, is 1 unit. So 1 unit. So now we have to make the RHS 1. So how can we do it? Can you think? So if we multiply the RHS by 24 by 7, that is the reciprocal of this number. So we will get 1 unit, right? So we multiplied 24 by 7 in RHS. Because we multiplied the RHS by 24 by 7, same thing we have to do it in the LHS. So we'll do 24 by 7 multiply by 1. So 7 will get cancelled with 7, 24 will get cancelled with 24. So that will leave us with 1 unit. 1 unit work, exactly. So 24 by 7 days would be taken by both of them to complete 1 unit of work. That comes out to be 3 point something days. So this is how we find the how many days will be taken to complete the 1 unit of work. Now let's twist the question a bit. Let me just erase this. Now let's see if, now let's suppose that Ram takes 24 days to complete a piece of work alone, and let's take Ram and Sham together do the work in 8 days. If they are working together, Ram and Sham are working together and they are doing the work in 8 days. Now the question asks, how many days will Sham take to do the work if he works alone? So Sham will take how many days? This is the question. Now let's see. We will apply the same logic. In 1 day's work, we'll try to find out. Ram is doing 1 unit of work in 24 days. Right. So in 1 day, how much work will Ram do? Again the same logic. In 1 day, he will do 1 by 24 unit. And together, they are doing 1 unit of work in 8 days. So R and S together will do 1 by 8 unit of work in 1 day. Right? So here we can see that in 1 day 1 by 8 equals to, this is the total work that both Ram and Sham are doing. That is equal to Ram's individual work plus Sham's individual work. Ram's individual work was 1 by 24 unit. in one day. So 1 by 24. Let Shams take S days. So if Sham takes S days to do the piece of work, so in one day he will do 1 by S unit. Right? So 1 by S. If I erase this, the upper part, so we can see that 1 by S equals to 1 by 8 minus 1 by 24, because we are shifting 1 by 24 to the LHS. So 1 by S equals to, what would be the LCM of 8 and 24? It would be 24 only, because 24 comes in the table of 24 and 8's table also. So 24 is a multiple of both 8 and 24, as each number is a multiple of itself also. So 8, how many times is 24? 3 minus 1. So it comes out to be 2 by 24, which cancels to be 1 by 12. So 1 by S equals to 1 by 12. We can cross multiply now. S equals to 12 days. This is the answer, final answer. I hope you are able to understand, friends. Now let's take another problem, the last problem, and let's try to solve a little challenging problem. I hope you are getting the basics, and with the help of challenging problem you can be sure, rest assured that it is not that hard. The same type of questions are being repeated in the aptitude based exams. If I take the problem that, let's suppose there are two people. Let's take the same example, R and S, Ram and Shah. So Ram does, here the question is saying Ram does 1/3 of the work, 1/3 unit of work in 8 days. And Sham does rest of the work in 8 days. So if they work together, how many days will they take to do the complete work? This is the question. So if we see 1/3 unit of work is done in 8 days by Ram. So that means 1 unit of work will be done by Ram in how many days? If we multiply the LHS by 3, so it will become 1 unit. Because we multiply the LHS by 3, we need to multiply the RHS also by 3. Right? So 1 unit of work would be done in 24 days by Ram. So we have found out 1 unit of work by Ram. Now let's check Sham. Sham does remaining work. How much is remaining? So total work is always 1 unit. 1 minus 1/3 unit equals to 3 would be the LCM. 3 minus 1 is 2/3 unit. So 2/3 unit of work is done by Sham in 8 days. So if Sham does 2/3 unit of work in 8 days, we have to find 1 unit of work would be done by Sham in how many days? So if we multiply the LHS by the reciprocal of this, just like we did in the previous question, if we multiply the LHS by 3/2, so it will become 1, it will cancel out and become 1, and since we multiplied the LHS by 3/2, we have to multiply the RHS also by 3/2. So it will become 8 into 3/2. 2 se cancel hua, it will be 4, 4 is 12 days. So now we have found out that Ram does 1 unit of work in 24 days and Sham does 1 unit of work in 12 days. Okay, now let me write this. Ram does 1 unit of work in 24 days. Sham does 1 unit of work in 12 days. So if they work together, now the question is similar to the previous question. Now we can see that in one day, how much work will they do individually? So Ram will do 1/24 unit Shyam will do 1 by 12 unit by the same logic we did just understood in the previous examples. So the LCM of 24 and 12 would be 24 is in the table of 24, it's a multiple of itself, and 24 is also a multiple of 12. So it would be 24. So 24, how many times is 24? 1 time, and 1 multiplied by 1 is 1 plus 2. So it comes out to be 3 by 24 unit. So that is 1 by 8. So 1 by 8, both of them are doing 1 by 8 unit in 1 day. So in how many days they will do 1 unit? So now we have to make it this LHS as 1 unit. So we multiply it by 8 and we have to do the same in RHS also. So it will be 8 days. This would be the final answer. It will get cancelled and become 1 unit. I hope you are getting it, understanding the basics of time and work with these examples, and I hope you like it. Thank you. That's all from my side.